Hello and welcome to the Paulding County Football Preview. I'm Don Breedlove, Athletic Director of the Paulding County School District. Joining me tonight is first-year head coach at North Paulding High School, Scott Jones. Coach Jones, thank you for being here with us.
I'm proud to be here. Thank you.
Coach, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your career. I know 69 and 74 at South Cobb and Kennesaw Mountain. Tell us a little bit about those stops before we move into North Paulding.
Well, before that, I was assistant coach at North Cobb High School for 10 years and got my feet wet and went down to South Cobb High School for 5 years as a head coach and had a great experience there. And from there was able to, fortunate enough to get the head job at Kennesaw Mountain when it opened up. So I had the opportunity to open up a new school and kind of start from scratch and put your own signature on there and great experience and 27 years in running and still excited every day about going out there and coaching these kids up.
Well, tell us a little bit about North Paulding and how that opportunity came about.
Well, when I left Kennesaw Mountain 2 years ago, I went over to North Cobb for a year and a half as assistant with my friend Shane Queen, who used to work for me, and great experience at North Cobb and kind of got the itch again about being a head football coach and threw my name in there and fortunate enough for me, they believed in me and gave me the opportunity and that we're very excited about it, my family and I.
Well, I know that the North Paulding community is excited to have you. We're going to talk a little bit of X's and O's. Tell us a little bit about your offensive scheme, offensive philosophy, and kind of the things that you're going to hang your hat on.
Well, when I was at North Cobb High School, we run the Tony Franklin system, so I got familiar with that for a couple of years. And a young coach who used to coach for me was the offensive coordinator at Northview, and coached a little bit at North Gwinnett. So he kind of put his own little twist onto the Tony Franklin system, and so our offense is a little more two-back, a little more run with it, so try to go 50-50 with the pass and run game and all, so hopefully we can keep some defenses off balance, but kids are excited about it. We spread the football around, a lot of kids getting the ball, and so far the kids have bought into it, and we're excited. Every day we get better.
Tell us a little bit about the differences between what North Paulding's ran the past few years, because it was Tony Franklin as well. Mm-hmm. What are the changes we're going to see?
Well, the changes I think you're going to see us run the ball more. Traditionally, with the Tony Franklin system, all the linemen stand up. We actually have put the guards' hands on the ground the first couple of weeks, and now we have everybody's hands on the ground. Coach that went down to Colquitt County, he sold us on that you can actually pass set with all the kids' hands on the ground, and it gives you the leverage to come off the football a little bit. So I think it makes our kids a little more physical, and so I think you're going to see that ingredient put in there. Plus, we're going to run some zone read stuff with the quarterback and play 11-man football instead of 10.
So will your quarterback be under center a little bit more then?
He will not be under center. Our zone read being from the gun, but we do go under center with we run a power formation with our two-back, and you're going to see it's going to be different. It's going to be different.
That leads us into defensively. Tell us a little bit about your scheme and also how having those offensive linemen down, firing out are going to help your defense prepare a little bit better.
That's good. That's a good point. So far every day at practice we've gotten more physical. I mean, we're tackling better, and a lot of that's got to do with our offense putting their hand down. Defensively run a 4-2. We're fortunate enough to get the defense coordinator from Hillgrove, John Mosen, to come over, and he does an excellent job. He runs a 4-2. It looks like a 4-3. It's kind of hybrid. We have an overhang player that kind of plays peekaboo with the B gap and outside, and it's a good little scheme. And the defensive lineman, it's 4-man front, and I think North ran mostly a 3-man front last year, so we've got a little extra front interior there, but. The kids, we run 2 high safeties most of the time, which gives you a little bend but don't break style on defense, and it's been good going against our offense, seeing the combination run and pass. It's made our defense better.
Well, too, I guess you got a little more flexibility with your secondary as well. Talk a little bit about from the secondary up.
Sure. I mean, with secondary, we're going against Kennesaw Mountain tomorrow night, and they're going to be running wishbone. They're going to be running the midline, the veer. And that's something that's hard to prepare for in a week. A little bit breathing room if you got 2 safeties sitting back there. If we do miss an assignment here and there, we've at least got that third level 2 guys there instead of 1. So our kids really bought into that right there, and we got a lot of kids. And again, you take a skilled kid from offense and he can help you back there, and that's really what we've done.
Well, I'm not a big cover 3 guy, so I'm glad to hear that. 2 safeties always make you feel a little bit better.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about key returning starters, both offensively and defensively.
Offensively, we have a kid named Matt Mixon, and who will also be playing defense, and he played a lot at the end of last year. He's kind of a utility player. He can do a lot of things, and so we're excited about him. Max Siegel plays some wide receiver for us. He's with us today, and he also will play some free safety. A good thing about what we're doing, most of your Tony Franklin style template practices, you 2 platoon. We're actually going to be playing some kids both ways, so we've had to kind of change practice, but we're excited about him. Taylor Jones got some snaps last year, and he's with us today. He played defensive end, and Chase Noonan's with us today. He's a quarterback, and he got some snaps last year at quarterback. And thinking through here, we had most of our kids coming back that did get snaps last year. It was late in the year, and so we're excited about youth. A lot of our starters this year will be rising juniors.
Okay.
And so we're excited about the future.
What about any newcomers that maybe names we haven't heard at North Paulding that we may hear from this year may surprise us a little bit?
Well, we've got a young freshman running back who's just a 9th grader that's already made an impression, DJ Owens. We also got a young quarterback who at any time is ready to step in there and get the job done. His name is Kyle Banks. So I think, the young generation of kids coming through, certainly we're excited about. As far as the kids that didn't play last year, that really have stepped up, a kid named Mann who plays the offensive line for us, a big kid. He didn't get a whole lot of snaps last year, but from what I understood, that toward the end of the season he got more physical, and so we're excited about him. Big, about 6'5", 265 tackle. So we look forward to seeing him out there.
Okay. Tell us what do you feel are the keys to a successful season at North Paulding?
Well, we don't have a lot of depth, and so one of the keys. That's why we've got some kids playing both ways. One of the keys is obviously staying healthy. We just don't have a lot of depths anywhere. We feel like we've covered the bases with all the positions and all, but we need to stay healthy. We're not overly big. I think we're going to be outsized. So I think the schemes, and I think we've got a little bit of speed, so we're going to have to take advantage of our skilled kids. But really, it's mostly about depth.
Okay. What season goals? And not really asking you to put a number on wins, but goal-wise, what's the main goal that you want to accomplish this year?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. From the spring to now, we've gotten a whole lot better, and these kids will attest to that. Within the last 3 weeks, we've gotten a whole lot better. And the things that we saw coming in as coaching staff and myself was, we need to get more physical.
Right.
And we need to play with an attitude. And we're seeing that every day. And so if those things continue to progress, which I'm sure that they will, that's all I can ask for us to get better every week. As far as putting a number of wins and losses, I could probably give you a little more idea about that after our first couple of games. But right now, the kids have bought into it. The coaches are excited. Community's excited. Our fans and we're coaching them up as hard as we can. And the kids have bought in, and they're trying everything that they can do to please us and make everybody proud of themselves. And so that's all I can ask. Successful season. These kids, if they're coachable, we'll have a successful season, and you can grade that in any way from getting better to wins.
Right.
So,
tell us a little bit about what you see as a region outlook, your perspective on this new region. Some teams leaving, some teams coming in. So, what do you see region-wise? What are your expectations?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about the region. Coming from Cobb County, I know more about Allatoona than anybody. I know East is the king of the county, or has been the king of the county, and they're going to be well coached, and they're very athletic. And so, I would venture to say any outsider looking in would say, well, you figure East is going to be right there among the top runners, and I would assume that would be the case. I also would like to think that we're going to give everybody all they can handle every Friday night. My kids are going to be coached to win too. So, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a gauntlet every week. There is no teams that aren't well coached anymore, and I know every one of these coaches, and you got the young ones and you got the old ones like me that are going to go out there and give it everything they got, and they're going to make sure the players are ready. So that's what we expect every Friday night, and we're going to be up for the challenge. As far as how the region's going to line up, Allatoona is going to be physical. I know that. I don't know a whole lot about Rome or New Manchester. I don't know a lot about these schools, but I know they got great coaching staffs and they've got great players, and we better be ready.
All right. Before we go to commercial, tell us a little bit, maybe a couple of seniors or some key seniors that are being recruited or maybe already committed.
Well, we got a big offensive and defensive lineman named Michael Barday, and he's getting a lot of attention, a lot of letters. Don't have anybody that's been offered. Don't have anybody that's committed or anything like that. He's getting some letters. Got another kid named Nelson Bansomer that's getting some letters. A lot of this is from what they did last year,
right.
And so we got kids that are going to have to prove themselves on the field this year and to get the attention that they need, and we're going to have to do that. So we've got a lot of kids. A lot of these recruiting services are coming to me, the ones that work for the colleges and parents don't have to pay for, and that's what I endorse. I don't need parents. I think we've got 12 or 13 kids that can play college football right now, and hopefully that'll increase. And we're going to do the best we can to market those kids, but obviously the best way to market them is market themselves on the field, right. And that's what I tell them. There's no free rides out here. Get out there and make plays, and so far, so good on that.
Okay. Well, Coach, we're going to take a commercial break. I'm going to come back with your players to talk a little bit about them and finish up the last segment with you, but we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Come see us at Hardy Family Ford, just 15 minutes west of Barrett Parkway on Highway 120 or online at hardyfamilyford.com.
Back to the Paulding County football preview. I'm joined now by 3 football players from North Paulding High School. And guys, if you don't mind, take a second to introduce yourself and state who your parents are.
I'm Max Siegel, number 27. Susan and Jeff Siegel are my parents.
Chase Noonan, number 5. Rico and Molly Noonan are my parents.
I'm Taylor Jones, number 66. My parents are Laura Cantrell and Byron Jones.
All right, guys. Parents oftentimes don't get the praise and the recognition, because how many times have they sat in that car and sat on those bleachers and stuff? So we want to make sure that we give your parents recognition as well. Guys, talk to me a little bit about the summer preparation. What are the things that you did to prepare for this season?
Just a lot of, getting in there early in the morning in the weight room, getting that part done, getting out there to practice on the field, perfecting all of our plays, stuff like that. Just a lot of time together, really.
Chase, tell me a little bit about what do you think was the most important part of summer?
Becoming one team and one family, and becoming conditioned enough to play all 4 quarters at your hardest.
Okay. Taylor, biggest thing this summer?
One big thing that Coach took us to was FCA camp. That really bonded us all together. We were separated a whole lot. We had a bunch of cliques in the team, and we kind of got that all ironed out. We're together as one team now. We ran a lot. The coach was there every morning with us, making sure we worked our hardest. So we got a lot better this summer, this whole team.
Well, good. Tell us a little bit about strength gains, individually and team-wise. Where did you see the most gains, bench, squat, power clean type things?
I think definitely our strength has picked up. I saw when we were in the weight room, everyone was, getting those maxes up, stuff like that, and then the conditioning, every day out there on the track, that helped out a lot too. This is the first year we've really conditioned as hard as we have, so we'll all be prepared for, a full game.
Right. What would you say, strength-wise, what were the biggest gains you saw?
Well, one kid who stepped up was Ron Bailey. Got a whole lot stronger this year. We got the new strength coordinator, Coach Hines, and he really helped us out a lot. But also, we push each other as teammates, to make sure we got stronger. I got stronger, my squat went up. I was pretty weak in the squat area, so
Gotta have those legs under you,
Yeah,
don't
gotta have
you?
those legs. So.
Who are your strongest players, would you say?
Ron Bailey, Tony Sally, young kid,
Okay.
Cornelius Collins.
How many guys you got with the 3 totals over 1,000?
I'd say two, I believe.
Two?
Two or three. So Ron, Tony, and Corn.
Corn? Okay, well, that's awesome. Let's talk a little bit about, Coach alluded to it a while ago about becoming better tacklers, becoming more physical. Football is a contact sport. There's not flags out there on Friday night, except in the referee's pocket. So if you don't see those, tell us a little bit, though, about who's become more physical. Has the team become more physical?
Really, our whole defense as a whole has, but then a bunch of people have stepped up. Like Jack Sankowitz. He's a junior, and he's really gotten more physical this year. He's stepping up to the plate. He's getting the job done. I'd say definitely also our backs, like our safeties, corners, stuff like that. They've gotten a lot more physical from last year. Malik Williams, he's stepped up. Jacob Guyman, he's gotten much more physical.
Who's your most physical defensive player?
It's between Michael Bardet and Nelson Bansbury.
Okay. So if I'm on the other side, those are the ones that I know are going to light me up, right?
Yeah, well, you got to watch out for me, too.
You got to watch out for you. I was wondering if you're going to plug yourself there. Guys, talk to us a little bit, keys to the season. What are the couple of things that need to go right for North Paulding?
Playing for 4 quarters. That's a big thing. We can't just play for the first half, have a great half. You got to play all 4 quarters because, as Coach said, all teams are coached well these days, and so are we this year. So we got to play all 4 quarters.
All teams are prepared.
Yeah, all teams are prepared. And we condition every day after practice, like we say. So we're ready to play all 4 quarters, and we're mentally tough too. So.
Oh, good. Outlook on the season. What do you see happening for North Paulding in the back?
We're going to take a lot of steps forward as we playing as a team. Because last year we had a couple individuals. This year it's like we're more of a team. So I think we're going to do way better this year than we did last year.
I won't ask you to put a number on it, but what, for a successful season, what do you say needs to happen? What needs to be at the result at the end of that regular season?
We need to stay bonded. We can't let the cliques and stuff start to form again when it gets tough. And, when we go up there and we might lose a game, we probably will, but that's just how it goes, and we can't let that just control us.
We can't let adversity tear us apart.
Right. Well, in football and in life, things are going to go bad, and you're going to have things that you prepare for one outcome, and they happen a different way. So the teams that overcome those obstacles and the adversities are generally the teams that are successful. Guys, we wish you the best. I've known all of you since you were a little bit younger when I was up at North Paulding, so I wish you the best. I'll be at as many games as I can. We try to go to all the county games, but I'll definitely be there for the East and North game this year. So looking forward to you. Good luck. Looking forward to see you play. Good luck to all of you, and best wishes on a good season.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Come see us at Hardy Family Ford, just 15 minutes west of Barrett Parkway on Highway 120 or online at hardyfamilyford.com.
Welcome back to the Paulding County Football Preview. Coach Wood, we're going to take a few minutes and let you talk about your booster club and some of the things they have going on this year. Those that are not involved in high school athletics probably don't realize that no school money, no local funds go to athletics. It's all driven by ticket sales and by fundraising and booster support, community support. So take a few seconds, if you would, and tell us a little bit about your booster club and some of the things that are going on at North Paulding.
Well, like I said, tremendous community we're in. The booster club that I have become a part of is without a doubt one of the best. I've been doing this 27 years, and it's the hardest working parents that I've ever seen. Whether it comes to raising money or actually getting out and rolling their sleeves up and working, everything gets done. All you got to do is ask. And our booster board, tremendous leadership there, and it was all in place before I got there. And this year, every year, they just seem to build on it and get better and better. And they really do a great job in reaching out to the community, and not reaching out with a hand out, but reaching out with their hand in, saying that, hey, we're willing to give back and build these bridges and it's paying off right now. We got a lot of people in the community that have bought into North Paulding football, just because we do try to give back, and so it all comes from the leadership of the Booster Club. They're doing a great job.
What are some of the things, the goals that you've got? I know that there's been some renovations, some work done, and some future plans. Tell us about those.
Well, so far we've built steps down to the field house, and they're beautiful. We've done some landscaping. We put a new field in down at the lower field and the practice field. We bought a lot of field equipment, football equipment. We have big plans to build a new weight room, freestanding weight room, and everybody is looking at that as a long-term project, not this Booster Club. They're looking at it as a short-term project because they know that it's an immediate need, and so we got the ball rolling there. But we've got we're just starting the plans for a Wolf Den for the Booster members who join a certain membership, to have a roof over their head during games and where they can eat and kind of have some outdoor dining there. But got a lot of projects going right now.
If you would, tell me some of the community service projects or some of the things that your kids are involved in beyond football.
Well, I've always been a big service-oriented coach. I think that it's an opportunity when you have a congregation like a football team to give back to the community. And so far, North Paulding football program has been big into helping out the special needs kids at the Horizon Field in Ackworth. We did that all summer long. There was recently a car wash that our kids did to help the kids, honestly, in our own program down through our feeder kids who can't afford the equipment, players' fees, whatever. And you don't have to pay to play, but they all pull together to try to figure out how to take care of the ones that just can't afford certain essentials when it comes to playing football. So great kids. In December of this year, we're going to take a trip down to Children's Health Care and go through the third floor there and hopefully bring some smiles to some of those kids' faces down there. But we do Relay for Life in the spring, and year-round we're looking for some way to give back to the community. And these kids are awesome, and it's really because of their parents, and I'm just glad they're letting me coach them.
Coach, I've been involved with high school athletics for over 20 years as well, and my saying has always been, and it's not anything I came up with, it's something I learned from people a lot smarter than me, that you're only as good as your community allows you to be. I know that you have great community support, and I know that it makes things possible within your program. So, Coach, we appreciate you coming in. Best of luck to you in the Wolfpack this year, and we'll see you on the sidelines on Friday night.
Sound good? Thank you.
This has been the Paulding County Football Preview with Coach Scott Jones. Thank you.